So good morning and welcome. Happy Thursday, I will say. Thank you for attending our Maximizing Your WeBe or WBE certification. My name is Dr. Kitiana Lowe, and I'm the Director of Programs and Events here at WBENC ORV. So we are excited to have you all with us. And I don't know whether you are fairly new WBEs or whether you've been with us for a while, but this is going to be a really great webinar where you will learn how you can get the most out of the certification that you have. I always like to start all the times that I'm with people by sharing this slide, which shares about our teammates that we have here at WeBEC ORV. So you all may be familiar with our president and CEO, Lenny Smith. We also have our COO, Dr. Frederica Singletary. Our fractional CFO is Jackie Jordan, and our senior director of marketing and communications business development is Courtney Martin. And then as WBEs, you should be all very familiar with our certification team, led by our Director of Certification, Colleen Rudisell, and our Certification Manager, Robbie Moore. This is an older slide. We'll have to update this one. Byron Sallworth is listed on this slide here. He is actually no longer with us. We are filling that position. We also have Morgan McDonald, who is our administrative assistant. And then our newest addition to the team that's not listed here is our executive assistant to our CEO, Jency Smith. So we're a mighty and growing team who all work diligently to help you do all things that you need to do in your business and being a part of WeBEC ORV. And so I would like to introduce our facilitator for today. She is Jill Fry, is the president of Cummins Facility Services, and I will tell you that Jill will quickly become your best friend. She is the extraordinary cheerleader of WeBEC ORV and anything else. I could never even imagine her even being upset about anything, although I saw a teeny bit of it today earlier in a meeting. And I was like, oh wait, Jill's got it in her. So but
Sure.
Joe Fry is a dynamic and invaluable asset to us here at WeBEC ORV, and I'm excited to have her as the facilitator for our session today.
Thank you, Dr. K. That was wonderful, and I appreciate it so much. And thank you all for being on the call. Please pay attention to Dr. K. She will help you through anything. She just helped me like 5 minutes, like PowerPoint, get this through. So she knows all the programming that's going on, who's going to be there, what WBEs are going to be there, what corporates are going to be there, what like sector, if it's construction, pharmaceutical, medical, what's going on in our area of Ohio, West Virginia, and Kentucky. So she is a true advocate. She gave me, I'm going to talk about a capability statement, and she's like, you just tell them to give me an email. I've got the YouTube page. I can send it to them. So Dr. K is awesome. She is so valuable, and we utilize her so much. So please, when you get emails from Dr. K, please read them, because it gives you an overview of what we have coming up. And you're probably going to hear me say it a million times, but the more you put in, the more you're going to get out. And I can't tell you, we had a call this morning at 9 a.m. With our forum team, and I'll talk more about that too. These ladies are your biggest cheerleaders. They're your friends. They're your supporters. They are my dear, dear close friends. And I feel like this year has been a crazy year politically, and I feel like we're getting so much out of WeBank. It was a little shaky of what's going to happen, but I feel like WeBank has just gone 150% and said, we're going to make this work. We're going to be the advocates for these women, and we're going to show them how they still can do business right in this political craziness that we have. So enough of that. But I'm so grateful that you guys are on the call. Please ask questions if you have any. I appreciate, Nikki, I think you're driving, so please be safe. And I'll just chat in your ear for the next 45 minutes, and we'll just have a gay time. And if you have any questions, please just break in. We've only got 3 people on the call, so this is just for you guys. So it's a personalized maximizing your certificate. So First of all, I want to say to you, congratulations. You guys did it. It was a big hurdle and you overcame it. And now you really want to make sure you're utilizing that certification to the best of your company, right? How do you use that piece of paper? How do you use that certification to better your company, better yourself? How do you get yourself, enlarge your footprint in this world. So today we're going to talk about just foundational knowledge, just about the organization, who ORV is, and then of course maximizing your certification. I'm going to throw some tidbits in there of what I like to do. Um, I know we're, on the webinar call, and Nikki, you're driving, but I've been a certified WBE for 15 years. So it's been a long time, and it's been wonderful. And you can't really see me, but I have a leopard print shirt on. I'll kind of bring it down a little bit. A leopard print shirt and my blazer. So I always think that it's really important to dress the part, right? Dress the part of who you are, because when you meet these the corporates, you want to make sure they remember you, right? And I want to say to you guys, I'm feeling all wild today, and I'm feeling all like we're going to attack. We've got this down. So that's why I put this leopard print shirt on. And you might see me someday and you'd be like, oh my God, Jill, you were in that leopard print shirt. And I'll be like, yeah, I was. I wear a lot of scarves. I always try to wear something that I can send an email afterwards and say, hey, I was wearing that red scarf, or, something to make sure people remember you. Because when you meet these corporates, will have met a ton of people. And so you want to make sure you stand out. So again, that's how I can get you to maximize your certificate. How do you stand out in a crowd? And how do you stand out to these corporates? All right. So foundational knowledge, WBC ORV. All right. I know you guys probably know this. There's 14 regional RPOs, the regional partner organizations, right? So we have 50 states. The 50 states are divided into 14 RPOs. Our RPO is the WBEC ORV RPO. We service Ohio, West Virginia, and Kentucky, and we are maroon. Now, with your certification, you can use your certification in any one of these states. So I have a lot of business in Florida. So I work with the WBEC Florida. So I go to their regional events. So we have one national event that we'll talk about later. And then at all the RPOs, they each have a regional event, at least one a year. And that is very intimate. That's where you get to go and meet those corporates, be more intimate with WBEs. It's not so big as nationals. So if you live in a state and you do business in another state, I would highly encourage you to work with that other RPO as well. Dr. K or Lanice can do an introduction to the executive director of a different RPO, but for sure, get involved in this RPO. But it's always fun to kind of see what's going on in other RPOs. I will tell you the GLWBC RPO up in Michigan is fantastic. Michelle Casper, I think, is the executive director up in Michigan. It is a great one. WBDC Midwest, that's in Chicago. They have an 8-state territory. So they have multiple RPO regional conventions, but that's Amelia was the executive director there, but I think she's retiring this year. So, out in Texas, they've got some great ones. I could talk about this slide all day long. The point is, you've got a whole national system of weebies that love you and want to help you. Okay, so WBEC ORV. This is your RPO, girls. So this is your home right here. And this is Lanice Smith, and she is amazing. So she was actually a corporate. She has an amazing resume. She has been with Battelle. She's been with the state of Ohio. She was with Ohio Health, and I think she was with a couple other ones before she became our executive director. So she was a corporate, right? Understood those shoes, how to work the system with that, and then became our executive director, I believe 3 years ago. Lanice is amazing. She is taking us to a new level. She's bringing in a lot of technologies. Her programming is great. So she's just bringing a different slice of the pie, but she is fantastic. If you ever get a chance, please reach out to her. Please follow her on LinkedIn. She is so fun to see. She is like all the time. She loves to do selfies. She's like the Kim Kardashian of ORV. She just does her selfies and they're hilarious. So if you're able to get in a selfie with Lanice, try to do it because you'll get seen. Like you will get seen everywhere. So she's fun. I'm not going to read these slides. So if you guys want to go back through, I think Dr. K will send these out. I want this to be fun and engaging, and so I just want to give you guys some good information. Okay, so WBEC ORV. So this is our core platform, right? We offer certification, opportunities, resources, and engagement. So you've already got your certification. So you got to check the box on that one. Opportunities. How do you use your certificate? What are your business opportunities? What are your resources? So this is really great because you've got other women that own businesses that are certified as well. Some of them might be in your same sector. Please do not look at them as competition. Look at them as collaboration, right? How do you guys work together? They might have projects that they need help with. They might, bounce ideas off each other. So, really good way to meet other people in the same industry and just kind of pick their minds and just say, how has this certification worked for you? Engagement. Engagement is always fun. We have a good time. We laugh. We love. We had a call this morning I was talking about, and Angela Morrow, she is our director of our forum. Her daughter, I think she has two daughters. They both reached state in track and field or something. I mean, it was just we got to hear her life of outside work, and we were so excited for her and her. I think she had it was a her seventh grader did that, right? And so we don't just talk about business, we talk about life, and we talk about what's going on in our worlds, because as women we do so much. There's so much that we're responsible for, so please try to get engaged. All right, value proposition. So, of course, we know about the federal mandates, and a lot of businesses say that work with the federal government, hey, we want to take a portion of our goods and services and we want to dedicate that towards the procurement of women-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, different kinds of businesses. But we are making that dedication, we're making that commitment to better our ecosystem, right? To better our state or better our business. So it's not only federal. You're seeing a lot of businesses say, you know what, this is the right thing to do to bring other companies in that are women or minority businesses. That's where you see the corporations have the supplier diversity program, and so that's kind of what you see is like, let's use Humana for example. Humana, huge insurance company, right? They are a national insurance provider. Our girl is I forget her name, it was just on the tip of my tongue. Supplier diversity for Humana is Dr. K, what's her name?
Holly, Holly Turner.
Holly Turner. Yep, thank you. Holly Turner. Holly Turner is so engaged. She is sweet as pie. I can remember one time I saw her at an event. I walked up, I said, Holly, I'm Jill Fry. She says, I know exactly who you are and I know what you do, and I'm working to help you. And I said, You are? And she said, Yeah, I work behind the scenes. So the supplier diversity a champion of each business, it's their job to find out. Typically, they find out, what their organization is going out for bids for that year. They might be going out for bids for promotional items, janitorial items, landscaping, snow removal, who knows? But not every year those go out for bid, right? Typically, there it's a 3 to 5 year contract. So what you want to do is try to find when those companies are going out for bid. So that would be a great question that you would ask the supplier diversity of the company you want to do business with. When do you think, for me, it would be janitorial services. When do you think that, you'll be going out for bid? In, like I said, it's usually 3 to 5 years, and they say, well, we just signed that contract, or it's coming up next year, and then you say, hey, Holly, do you think you could introduce me to the person in charge of that category, right? Because there's a facilities manager, there's a promotions manager. So every department, right, has the manager that works to source those products. And so the supplier diversity expert would be bringing in the different minority or the women-owned businesses to help with that procurement process. So when you get to know that supplier diversity expert at a business, they're going to be your liaison to say, hey, we need some help. I just one of my friends, Dee Dee, he was at Nationwide forever. He's at Kimball Express now. He gave me a call. I said, Jill, we're looking for this. We're sourcing this product right now. Do you know anything about this? Can you help us with this? Yeah, Dee Dee, I got that. So it's all about, right? It's a puzzle piece. And it's how the supplier diversity can help their company bring in the best suppliers at the best prices and have that, different kind of minority, have that different kind of diversity within their company. So Dr. K just has this down. Like she knows, like these slides are great. But this is the advocate between the company and the certified women or minority businesses. Right. So what you want to do is, for me, I want to do research on companies. So we are based in Ohio. Um, we do a lot of business in Ohio, but we're a national company. So we do business all over the nation. So I'm looking for manufacturing. That's kind of my niche. So I'm looking for companies that have manufacturing or just distribution centers, people that need cleaning 5 days a week. And so that's the kind of companies I want to go after. I'm not really a bank type of person. We have a lot of banks that are our corporate members. So I know who my corporate member that I'm looking for. I have a mold because I know that I will fit really good within that company and we will both be successful because you want to make sure you always make your supplier diversity um, champion look good. You never want them to look bad. And they're taking a risk when they say, hey, take a look at this company. I think they're really great. So, make sure that you're registering in their portal and then that you're giving them the capability statement. So the capability statement is very, very, very important. It's almost like your business card. So if you do not have a capability statement, you need a capability statement. If you want to ask a question about that at the end, please feel free. But this is what Dr. K, this is where she has the YouTube of a how to build your capability statement that she will send you. So if you need one, please reach out to Dr. K. She will send you, that capability statement video, and then that will help you build it. Okay, so maximizing your certificate. Once you've got your certificate, you know who you're looking for, you know what you're doing, right? Then you're like, okay, what are all the benefits? We talked about engagements. We talked so I'm going to hit these boxes now. So you have access to the supplier diversity procurement executives. So they're called SDs, supplier diversities. So you have access to the supplier diversity. You have access to networking events, right? You can talk to the other women-owned businesses, how they got started, how they, have grown their businesses. The use of the women-owned logos, those are really important. We're going to hit that in a couple more slides, so I'm not going to go over that now, but that is very important to put on your business card, on your website, on your signature. You put that baby anywhere you can put it. Like 5 times is perfect. Just let people know that you are a women-owned business, and it's not going to be your guaranteed right of business, but it's going to get you to the table, right? And we all want to be sitting at that table. Um, so there's going to be, like we said, formal, informal opportunities. Dr. K has so many events with doing government work, not doing government work. How to do work with certifications, with other corporations and things like that. So, right, there's a lot of opportunities there. Of course, we talked about the regional and the national. Well, we talked about regional and national RPOs, but we haven't talked about the awards and the recognitions, and that will be coming up as well. And then, of course, the community of support from the other female business owners. So this is a really good page, and we'll talk more about it. But this is what your certificate gets you. Okay, so these seals. This seal on the left, I will tell you, WBENC, National WBENC, Pamela Easton is the CEO of WBENC. She's been sending out emails. Please read them. They've been fantastic emails. I've really been appreciating everything she's sending. But they are very particular about these seals. So this seal on the left, this is great for proposals, business cards, websites, other business to business collateral. And I am reading that, right? So that's right on there. That's very important. This one on the right, this women owned logo, you're going to find this in Kroger's, you're going to find this in Walmart, you're going to find this in like consumer areas. So you're spending money on something that's women owned. Right. So it's kind of telling you here it's consumer facing materials for packaging, labels, marketing collateral. Um, Please try to keep them separated, because if I know we sometimes like to use the logo on the right because we think it might be prettier or something, but the logo on the left is the appropriate logo to put in on your website, on your business card. It's the standardized logo. So please try to make sure that you're using the right logos. I know it sounds silly, but it's something that is taken very seriously, and it's a standardization across all the RPOs, so we can kind of keep the different kind of, whether you're a product or whether you're a service, that's kind of what those seals mean. So those are really important. So please keep attention to that. This is another tool that the more time you can spend in it, the better off you're going to be. So it's called WeBank a Link 2.0. Some people call it 2.0. They, call it a WeBank link. They just say 2.0. It came out a couple years ago, and it was very cumbersome. And a lot of people are like, I don't understand it. I don't understand what to use in it. This is a wealth of knowledge. So this is a national marketing tool. So all WeBank, not just our RPO, every single RPO uses 2.0. So you've got every corporate in there, you've got every Weebie in there, what the Weebie's CEO's name is, what they do, what state they're in, right? So you've got some great mentoring opportunities to reach out to say, hey, I'm a Weebie. I'd love it if you could, mentor me. I've seen your website. I've seen I've heard about your company. So try to get in here and just kind of play with it, right? I mean, even when you're watching TV or something, just try to go in here and look at it, and look at the resources that are in here, look at the information that's in here. It is amazing because it's a database that's been building and building and building for multiple years now. So it's got some great information. Also in here, you're going to see your NAICS codes. That is very important. Those So I'm a janitorial company. We're in technology as well. And so we've had to figure out what our NAICS codes are, because what a corporate will do is they will put in the NAICS code for janitorial, and then all their janitorial procurement will pop up, right? So they're going to put you in a database based on your code. So you want to make sure if you have 5 different codes that you can offer, you need to put all those codes on your capability statement. That's where you're going to put your code. So a capability statement is a pretty kind of standardized way of, you can be creative with it, but there's a standardized way of putting information on there, like what state you're in, what your capacity is, what your NAICS codes are, right? Keywords, annual revenues, number of employees. This is your business card with everything on it. And again, corporates love to see these in portals. So when you see a corporate, they're going to say, number one question, did you register in our portal? And you're going to say, yes, ma'am, or yes, sir, I did. I also attached my capability statement, but I've brought my capability statement here if you'd like to see it. Or I have a QR code if you would like to scan my QR code to get access to my capability statement. So make that capability statement very easy, very accessible, and easy to read. Don't make it like different colors or, try to be really straightforward with it. You want it to be easy. So then we've got how do you get business? What, right? How do you make that work? So you want to go into your corporate contacts, your WeBeLink 2.0. You want to know who you're looking for. Please do not be that woman that walks up to Walmart and says, I can do anything, I can sell anything, I can service anything. You can't, right? I don't know anyone that can. I mean, Amazon's pretty good, but they're a pretty big company. So figure out what your niche is, right? Hey, I clean hospitals. I clean manufacturing. I clean schools. I'm non-union. I'm in these 3 states. I have offices in these 2 counties, right? Be very specific and get into your niche, right? I mean, you're gonna see your target company. Who do you want to do business with and why? Why are you the best company to do business with that corporate? Um, and again, participate local, regionally, and nationally. So understand your size of the company you are and how you can service a corporate. Can you service a corporate nationally? Can you service a corporate regionally? Can you service a corporate in one town, right? What does that look like for you? So, and again, this is where you can really get into that we link, I'm sorry, your 2.0 link and understand what other companies are in your competitiveness and in your sector to see what they're doing as well. Do your homework, right? So we're kind of talking about that. What's the level of commitment that you want to provide? So this is where you really, I tell you, it's hard to get into these portals. It probably takes 2 to 3 hours to register for one portal, right? We have over we have 80 corporates in ORV. So if you're registering for 80 corporates just in our ORV portal, that's a lot of portals you're registering in. And your certificate expires every year. So you've got to upload your new certificate in that portal every single year. So make sure you make a note of who you're registering for, like, which portals you're registering for, so you can go back in there and put your new certificate in there when you get renewed. So that's again why you want to be specific and say, hey, this is my target, right? I mean, work smarter, not harder, right? Even use ChatGPT. Hey, this is what kind of company I am. What kind of company I am. What would be a great corporate for me to go after, right, in the Ohio River Valley region? So, and then again, look at the company's culture and values. I talked about I'm a janitorial company. I don't work a lot with CB Richard Ellis or JLL. I try to stay away from those companies that are managed by facilities managers because I'm a facility manager. So, I know that Procter and Gamble, they use JLL. It's well known. So I don't even go after Procter and Gamble because I know that their needs are already met with CBRE or JLL. So, I know that my perfect client is someone that does their facilities management in-house that I can work with. So, work with those cultures and values. Am I
Hey,
missing
Jill,
anything,
can I
Dr.
pop
Quinn?
in? No, you're
Yeah.
not. I just want to pop in for a second. As you're talking about those portals, so when we get to the end, I'll be sharing with everybody about our upcoming events. And some of those events we have are doing business with corporate sessions. And I just wanted to let you know that those sessions, when you see those upcoming events, a lot of what our corporates do is they talk about here's the link to access their panel, here's how to navigate it. If you have questions, here's the talk to. So those sessions that we have with several of our corporate members is a great opportunity to learn about their portals, whether they have portals, and how to do that. So since you were talking about that, I just wanted to pop in and share that.
Yeah, that's perfect, Dr. K. And I'll give you guys a little tip. Um, this is kind of me. I don't know what the word is, but if I would do one of those employer or corporate engagements that would be with Humana, right? Let's just say we're doing Humana and we're talking with Holly and she's like, hey, make sure you register in our portal, make sure you put our capability statement up there, blah, 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 blah. I would send an email about a week later after that, and I'd say, "Hey, Holly Turner, this is Jill Fry. You did a great job on your webinar. I loved it. I learned so much. I registered in your portal. Could you please take a look at my company registration and make sure that I hit everything. Make sure that I look good for you and make sure that I can pop out as a potential supplier when you need janitorial services. So that's something that I always like to kind of just say, hey, to the corporate procurement person, could you please review my portal just to make sure I did it right? And they really respond well to that. And that can even start building a relationship. Yeah, so here you go. Do your homework, right? So make sure that you know is centralized, decentralized. One time I wanted to do work with Harley Davidson. Well, Harley Davidson is decentralized. That means I would have to go to every single Harley Davidson plant, call the person, find out who's in charge of facilities at that Harley Davidson plant. Excuse me, in order to do business with them. Some facilities are centralized. That means they have one corporate that's working for the whole group of um Harley Davidsons, right? So every Harley Davidson in the nation. So that's a really great question of how does your procurement process work? Are you centralized? Are you decentralized? Really, really great question. And then, are there any upcoming bid opportunities? That is a complete legitimate question for you to ask a corporate. And it's something that they should know, right? The corporate should know what procurement would be coming out for that next year. And then, of course, put it in your calendar. Try to put it in your calendar at least 3 months in advance, right? So you're reaching out and saying, hey, I remember I've talked to you, you've got this RFP coming out. I want to make sure that I've invited to the RFP. Could you please confirm that my name is on the list? Is there anything else that you need from me to, make sure that I am qualified or anything like that? So, tier two opportunities. This is a really good one. We were invited to a national healthcare provider last year. And please, guys, this takes years. So please don't think something will happen within a quarter. It usually doesn't. We were invited to these corporate the supplier diversities will hold like Honda has a corporate supplier day, right? So they've got all of their procurement in. You'll go to Honda, you'll get an invitation, you'll go to Honda, and if you're in facilities, you'll go talk to the facilities people. Um, And so we did that for a national healthcare provider, and they loved our technology. They loved that what we were doing. That was last June, and we just were awarded. We just signed the contract yesterday for one of their tier twos. So they have companies that they work with, and they said, you know what? We just picked Cummins as our national provider, and we want you to work with Cummins too. So we need you guys to work with Cummins, and they will be your janitorial provider. And so we just signed that contract in Georgia. So that took about 9 months, right, to make that happen. But there's always tier two opportunities. And those tier two opportunities, you know what my team always says? Money is green. No matter who it comes from, it's always green. I said, all right, I guess you're right. So anyway, an opportunity is an opportunity. SBA, this is a fantastic opportunity for loans, for opportunities. There's educational opportunities. We'll get to that in another couple of slides. But, once you're certified, you have money that is earmarked for women, for minority groups. So you have access with very low interest rates. So if you do need money to get started, to get a building, right, to expand, to hire some extra labor, there is some great opportunities for you. There's some free the WOSB is a wonderful group of women, and they mentor small companies. They mentor new companies on, how to grow, how to get your company growing, how to do business with corporates, and they do it just to do it. They do it to help the ecosystem. Participate in your RPO. Please, if you guys came up to me and said, "Hey, I was on your webinar, you wore the leopard print shirt," I would give you a hug. I would say, "I'm so proud of you. Thank you for coming to our we've got a regional event in Cleveland, August the 25th through the 27th. It's called Catch the Wave. So we have that event. It's called Catch the Wave every single year. It changes in different states, from our three different states of Ohio, West Virginia, and Kentucky. But this year it's in Cleveland. So it's always so much fun. I mean, you see these ladies down here. They're great. They're laughing. They're wonderful ladies. So please get involved. You will not regret it. It will not hurt you. It's gonna just broaden you and make you a better person. They're wonderful women, and I can honestly tell you, they're my sisters. They're my posse. They're my people. They're my tribe, and I love them so much. Um, Participate in your RPO. You guys are already doing that, right? I mean, Nikki, you're talking to me, you're driving, you're going to a sales call, I hope, and you're getting all wrapped up, and you're going to go in there and you're going to just own it, right? You're going to slam that. So please participate. Get on as many webinars as you can. Listen to podcasts. Listen to other RPOs. And in some of these are our signature events. Our WBE Connect, Catch the Wave, our Bold and Brilliant. Bold and Brilliant's really fun. That's coming up in Columbus. I think like in a couple weeks.
Next week.
So
Next
next
week.
week, yeah, next week. So it's super fun, right? And you get excited because you get to meet people and you get to meet old friends and meet new friends. And so there is a ton of stuff. Please don't get overwhelmed. Please just try to make a roadmap, right? Get your certification, get your capability statement, figure out who you want to do business with. I always say if you can walk away from a convention with 5 names of 5 potential clients, a home run. That is a complete home run. Do not put 10, 20, 30. Do not put a ton on your plate of, oh my gosh, I've got to get all these names and I've got to get business with everybody here. That's not realistic, and that will stress you out. I would believe. So take it easy on yourself, and then be kind to yourself, and you know just work on the steps, work on your roadmap, and just be the tortoise, don't be the rabbit. Just get through it, but try to put on a goal list, right, to participate in regional events or webinars. We do have some sponsorship available, which is a really great way for you to get noticed by some corporates. So if you do want to do any sponsorship, please reach out to Robbie. He is fantastic. He's so nice. He's so kind. And Lanice was doing some really great sponsorships this year where she was having, letting people sponsor, and then she was sending out the invoice like 6 months later, 3 months later. So I know there's some payment situations that they were trying to help with. So please know that everyone's here to support you, love you, care for you, and help you. Um, yeah, so please get involved, participate in your RPO. Oh, these are great. So I know this is extra, but we have our WeBank star every year. This year it's Molly Zarak, and she's so fun. She has red hair, blonde hair, and she's beautiful. And you'll see her, and she's bubbly and she's fantastic. She is our forum chair, actually. Our trailblazer was Sheila Mixon, who was our executive director last year. I'm sorry, previously before Lanice, but she was our trailblazer last year. So there's some really good education systems. A lot of the corporates have them. Humana has one, Procter and Gamble has one, Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program. I actually did that, changed my life. So that was a $60,000 program that ORV paid for me. They picked me to go through that, literally changed my life, changed my business. It's a lot of work, but it's almost getting like your master's degree. You're in it now. Oh my gosh. Good to hear that. Please enjoy your mentor, right? Your mentor, I believe that's what they're called. Yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah, you got it, girl. But you will use that for the next 5 years. That will probably be your vision for the next 5 years. There's a tuck program. There's so many programs. Um, Please try to do those. I know it's hard. I know it's a commitment. It is only going to make you better. It's only going to make you stronger. And you know what they say, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you better. So just do as much as you can, because a lot of those programs, I was trying to do one with the Cleveland Clinic, and once you get involved in those programs, which is truly an honor to be a part of, you typically end up doing work with those companies. So it's usually a win-win, and that's what they're looking for. I'm not guaranteeing the work, so please do not take it that you're going to be guaranteed work to work with that corporate if you go through the program, but there is a good chance that they are looking for suppliers so they can kind of groom, so they can, work with those suppliers in the future. So please, I really appreciate that you're going through that Babson College. You're gonna love it. I actually went to Babson for 2 weeks. I stayed at the university. So you're going to learn a lot, Veronica, but it's going to help you build that foundation so then you can do that tuck program, right? And maybe put that on your roadmap, right? And talk to other people who have gone through the tuck program. I know Kelly Kohler has gone through the tuck program. She's gone through a lot of programs, and she does nothing but expand her business. I mean, she's out there. So I know we're in it to build our companies, right? And it's a lot of hard work to build your company, but you're building it for yourself, and you're doing a really great job. So give yourself a pat on the back and say, you know what? I got this, and we're just going to move through it. So, yeah, so please try to get involved in some of those education systems. The leadership, the forum. So the forum, this is so funny. One of my favorite women, Barb Smith, she is the cutest. I love her. I could eat her. She's just adorable. She is in the steel industry, right? Journey Steel is the name of her company. And she is a stinking, she's a badass. I just want to say that. She's a badass. And she is the sweetest person in the world. And she says, because we're talking about the forum, and she's like, I'm on forum. I didn't know what forum was. First 5 years, she's like, I'm a slow learner. This lady is not a slow learner at all, right? She's so ingenious. And so forum is kind of confusing, but we have like a forum group. Forum is there to help Weebies get more involved. We're there to help you. How can we support you? How do we get you involved in your RPO? How do we get you involved in other RPOs? How do we share our knowledge of what we've learned over the last 15 years of being certified? So reach out to forum members. I'm in forum, the domestic forum. The domestic forum on May 29th is doing a whole panel on AI. It's called the AI powered CEO, right? How do you use AI as a CEO for your company? I truly believe AI. If you're not using AI, you have to use AI. Truly believe that. Work smarter, not harder, right? So at the Catch the Wave event in August the 25th through 27th in Cleveland, Ohio, the last day on Wednesday morning, we have a forum breakfast. That is for you women. It is a forum sponsored or forum hosted event for all weebies. So please, it's at 8 o'clock in the morning. Please come. We're kind of talking about what we're doing now. We're talking about having a economic advisor come to talk to us about what the state of the economy is. And again, this is in August, almost September, so who knows what's going to happen in the next couple of months. So we're always trying to provide good resources for you and for your company so you can navigate the curves and the roundabouts that we have moving forward in the business world. And then of course we have the national engagement. So that is our national conference. It is huge. So we will have 4,000 to 4,500 people there between corporates and Weebies. So I would say at a regional event, Dr. K, how many people are at a regional event, would you say?
About 350, I'd say.
Okay, yep. So 350 people, right? So regional, you are totally intimate, right? You're getting in there. National, you're looking at 4,000, 4,500 people. Now, it is super cool. It's awesome. This year it's being held in New Orleans, which is super fun. We are going to have parades. We're going to be doing the whole shebang, and that's June 23rd to the 26th. So, if you're going to go, ORV is going to have like a chat group to understand, what we're doing at night for dinners, kind of what the group is doing so you can catch up with other girls in the ORV, so you're not doing things by yourself. So it's a really fun event. It is big. Like go big or go home. If you're one of those ladies, you go to nationals, right? I mean, the RPO is fun, right? You're just hanging out, you're meeting some great people. Like I said, we have 80 corporates, in 80 or 88 corporates. I forget what the number is. In our RPO, nationals, right? You're looking at hundreds. So you can see the difference in, how you want to engage yourself and how much you want to push yourself. So, but there's lots there. Uh, Please make sure to also join the forum if you go to the national event. You will get to see Pamela Easton Price. She will be giving a speech talking about what's going on with WBENC, and that is open to all Weebies. It is called a forum day. I'm flying in on Sunday. I think forum day is on Monday, the 23rd. So it's not a lot of corporates there, just all Weebies, but it's fun. And I think that's all. You guys survived Jill Fry. So thank you for listening. I hope you caught everything. And I got Dr. K smiling over there. Look at that. So
I've
happy.
been over here cracking up the whole entire time. Like, I love you, Jill. You just need to do all of our webinars for me.
Oh gosh, thanks, Dr. K. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Anybody have any questions? Did I miss anything?
Any questions, please feel free to come off mute. It's a small, intimate group, so please feel free to come off mute if you're able to, if you have any questions.
Dr. K, we knocked it out of the park, man. We did it,
I
girl.
know, right? You covered all the details. You left nothing. You left nothing. So I'm gonna put up, while you're thinking, I'm gonna put up this QR code really quickly. Excuse
Hello?
me. Oh yeah, go right ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're
So
fine.
this is Debbie with Seared Pink, Veronica's mom. Um, A question with regarding the capability statement. So we created one to get certified. So should we update it yearly to include the additional NASIX codes?
Yep, absolutely. You should update it quarterly.
Quarterly? Okay.
If your NAICS codes change, put it on there, right? At all times. Put as many NAICS codes on there as you possibly can that pertains to what you do.
Got it. Thank you.
No problem.
Very
Dr.
good
K,
question.
that,
Say that again.
do you agree with that, Dr.
Yeah,
K?
yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. And I know Jill alluded to it a little bit. So we do a webinar on how to create a capability statement twice a year. We've already done the one for the first half of the year. The next one is it's like September, October. It's in the fall. But if you are interested in getting the recording to that, I can send you, just shoot me an email or drop your email in the chat. Excuse me, and I can send you the link to that recording. The lady who facilitates that webinar for us she's amazing. She's been doing them with me for the past couple of years, and she's always willing to review your capability statements as well for free, no charge at all, and provide any feedback for you as well for that. So for anybody that may be interested in that, we can provide that to you as well.
Yeah, and I would highly do that, Debbie. I mean, once you get your capability statement, like if she can review it and tell you you're good, I mean, you're good. Unless you change your direction of your company, right, to change your NAISC codes. But it should last for a while. I know, gosh, 4 or 5 years ago, they were like, everybody needs a video. You need a video with your capability statement. I'm like, all right, let's put videos in. So, they just really want to know how you can service them as a corporate. So the more information you can give them, the better off you are. But Dr. K is right. I mean, it's when she's having this lady, I forget her name, that does the capability statements. She's a professional. Like she writes these professionally. It's not just like me telling to tell
Karen
you that.
Weaver is her name.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
So
great.
yeah. So I would totally take her up on that because that worked for me. Right, the statement. I know we struggled with that for a couple of years. So that's a really good part. And do we have anything on portals? Oh yeah, you talked about that, Dr. You have corporate
Yeah,
portals. Okay. Yeah.
yep, yep. So those doing business with are doing business with corporates. That's one of the things that if they have a portal that they do talk about. And so if you go on our YouTube page, you can see the previous events that we have that were recorded. I will tell you that we do have some more coming on. We just did one with MGM, but due to their updated corporate guidelines, we were not able to record that session. So those are some of the things to think about, right? So some people will register for our sessions because even though they know they can't attend, they know they're going to get the recording and they're going to watch it later. And the height of everything that's going on with the climates, I will tell people don't rest on that because our corporate's commitment to ORV and to WBENC has not wavered at all. However, how things look may look a little bit differently. So we may not always be able to record a session. So if you really, if you were in the Cleveland area and wanted to do business with MGM Northfield Park or any of the MGMs, because as Jill was mentioning, right, there's some stuff that's corporate and some stuff that's done at locals, and their stuff is done at corporate, and they're actually one of our national corporate partners as well. That would have been a really great webinar to meet Tobias and Bill and the rest of the team and it was a small intimate setting like this one, but it wasn't recorded. So although yes, you could say, hey, I'm with WBEC ORV and I would love to get more information, and they would definitely send it to you, but you missed the core of what they shared with the people that were just in the room. So to Jill's point earlier, any opportunity you have to be in the room virtually or in person, I would encourage you all to be in the room.
Yeah. And Dr. K, aren't you doing like every month a meet the corporate? Like Duke Energy was on there. Like you had awesome
Yeah,
ones.
we have spots for two. So there's up to two a month if we have them filled out. So I'll let me pop while we're talking about it. Let me share my screen again since we're
These
discussing it.
girls,
Hold
I'm
on.
telling you, Dr. K knows what's going on. This girl is like moving and shaking. It's awesome. She's got going.
I love
She's
you, Jill.
doing all
You're so
of this
sweet.
for us. It's so kind. So thank you.
Of course. So these are our upcoming events, and then after we finish this, I'll go back a slide to do the survey. Nikki, I see your question in the chat about a training on using the WeBank link portal. I know nationals usually host those. Um, I don't know if I've seen that they're doing them yet this year, but shoot me an email and let me see what I can find out for you. I know where I used to see them, I haven't been seeing them, so I don't know if they're putting them someplace else. But send me an email and I'll see if I can connect you or find out who the right person is for you to speak to see whether they have recordings of the ones from last year. Because I haven't seen, usually when I log into um WeBank link, it shows me, hold on, sorry, I'm looking at my other screen. Yeah, it's not showing me where it usually does. So just shoot me an email and I'll see what information I can get for you on that. Because I know they do trainings for both Weebies and for our corporates on how to navigate that system. It's a
Yeah,
very
and
good question.
it's a very good question. And Dr. K, I mean, she knows, like she just said, I've got this and I got this one, but I know this one was really good, right? So she's going to make sure she gives you the right information, because it's a lot, right? And that's why we have all of these webinars and all these events to help you guys because we know it's a lot. So, but
Yeah.
Dr. K is a rock star. She's amazing. And I just saw this doing business with Eaton on May 21st. Is that new?
Yes. Yeah. If you didn't go to anything last month, you made this maybe the first time you've seen it. So yes. So those doing business sessions we were talking about, we've got April 23rd, doing business with Federal Home Loan Bank of Cincinnati. Um, May 14th, doing business with Restaurant Supply Chain Solutions, who since I'm not in the industry, had really no clue who they are. But that's Taco Bell and KFC and I think Pizza Hut. And I was like, oh, I know all those people. So
Yeah.
that's who they are. And then doing business with Eaton on May 21st. So those are the next few doing business with sessions that we have. Um, Next week, if you are in or near or feel like driving to Columbus, is Bold and Brilliant. That is our conference for women of color and allies. It is an amazing, dynamic day and a half experience. Registration ends tonight. So I'm going to drop that link in the chat in case you are interested. And my screen just went blank. Give me a second. I'm going to drop that link into the chat. If you are interested, I would love to see you there. Just, let me know that you're coming. I would love to connect with you. I don't have anything exciting on today. I love that Jill shared that that's why she dresses the way that she dresses, because I think that's a really great idea. I usually wear like exciting earrings, which with my blurred out background, these aren't really all that exciting, but I guess that's my tribute. But I don't know if it's enough that people would actually see it to be like, oh, you wore those, bright pink earrings the other day and I remember you. So
Yeah, it's
sorry, I had to
cool.
reconnect my
Ooh,
thing.
it's our
Yeah, my
community.
system's acting up. But so Bold and Brilliant, and then I will send you like I said, we'll send you the recording as well as a PDF of the presentation so that you have all of that. If you are not currently subscribed to our newsletter, you will want to be subscribed to our newsletter. We send our newsletter out. It goes out the third Wednesday of each month. This month is going to go out a little bit later because we want to do a recap from Bold and Brilliant. So since that's going on next week. But that is like the one-stop shop to be able to figure out anything and everything that's going on. WeBank ORV, WeBank in the community. We do spotlights on our new WBEs. We list all our new WBEs and corporates. We do spotlights on some of our WBEs. It's a really great tool. So if you're not already receiving that, shoot me an email and I can get and I'll have our marketing and communications team add you in because it is something that you have to opt into. We don't automatically add you to that. So we can do that as well. And then I feel like I had one other thought. Oh, and follow us on social media. So LinkedIn and Facebook is where we are most active. And our Marcom team is always posting everything that we're doing on our social media platforms as well. So those are really great places to make sure that you're staying in the know with everything that we're doing.
All right. This has been so fun, Dr. K. I spent the whole
This
morning.
really has. This really, really has. I'm trying to get my My presentation doesn't want to come up. So I'm going to send, so you will receive an email from our admin, probably the beginning part of next week, I would say. And that's going to have, since it won't pull back up right now, it's going to have a link to our survey. So please take a moment and fill that survey out for us. Usually I would share it on the screen, but my system's acting all wonky. So please fill out that survey. That will give us feedback about this session, because I'm always looking for ways that we can grow and make these even better. And then you'll have a link to the recording as well as the PDF of the deck that was shared today. So that way you can reference all of that as well. Make sure that at the next event that you're there, that you, when you see Jill Fry, and believe me, you will know it's Jill Fry. When you see her, let her know that you were on this webinar. She is an invaluable resource, just a whole pool of knowledge. And so we're so thankful for her.
Thank you. All right. Love to everybody. Drive. Debbie, good luck. Veronica, good luck at Babson. And take care, everybody. Happy spring. And thank you. Happy Thursday. Take care, everybody.
Thank you.